Oh, day 51. How did we get there so quickly? And this is Runcorn. We're leaving Runcorn. Just over there is the Manchester Ship Canal. We were moored by the theatre, and over is a little kind of marina. We weren't too sure about the provenance of these moorings. Provenance? I don't know, not sure whether that's the right term. Whether or not we could use them overnight, we decided not to, because we didn't want any of the locals coming and kicking up a fuss. So okay. Yeah, so there's a little arm that fucks off down there, and then I don't even know, I don't know what he's doing. There's a couple of marinas right at the end. He was digging for something. Digging for buried treasure, so he was. Wow. Right, so today, just me and Marley on our way to Lymm. We've got about an hour first before we get back onto Trent and Mersey. And I think probably about 4.5, 5 hours before we get to Lymm. All good fun, eh, boys and girls? Isn't it, Marley? Now, what, you might ask, is unusual about this? The main thing that's unusual about that is that it's a broad beam and there's absolutely no way it can go anywhere because the Trent and Mersey is a narrow canal. Oh, that's interesting. I've just been talking to them, and apparently I've no reason to question that. They can go from here. Obviously they wouldn't go down the Trent and Mersey, but from where we're going, so they'll go up probably much the same route as us. Theoretically, actually no, they couldn't, because they're too long to go over the Rochdale and then the Calder and Hebble. So they'd have to do exactly what we're doing, which is go around to Wigan, then over the Wigan flight to Leeds, then down our part of the world, the Ayr and Calder, from Leeds, Ayr and Calder, then, God, think about it, New Junction, Staniforth and Kidby, down the Trent to Torksey, on the whatever it is canal that goes out to Boston. What the fuck is that called? Doesn't matter anyway. Then across the Wash. Bleeding hell. There's hope for us yet. We could get Olin Watter down to London. I mean, it's going across the Wash, and I'm not sure in a boat the size of Olin Watter that 85 horsepower Vetus would be a massively good idea. There's some good videos of people going across the Wash. I did fancy it for this trip, but Charlotte didn't, plus it would have meant all sorts of other bollocking around with getting licenses to do the Environment Agency's bit up to Northampton. Yes, you need an Environment Agency license to go to Northampton. Oops! I might get away with it for a day or two, but probably not going through all the middle level and all that sort of stuff. Do you go for the middle level? I don't know, anyway. So, yeah, not sure we were wrong to knock that idea on the head for this trip. Would have been fun, but yeah, I'm glad we did things like the Calder I think that was a true joy. And then of course going up to Llangollen. What an absolute beauty to do in our little mustn't grumble here. That was such a treat. Everyone says, oh, don't do Llangollen during the silly season, it's mental. But you know what, it wasn't, apart from a couple of, and sadly, you know, a couple of hire boats that weren't particularly competent, or indeed really weren't particularly suited to be on the water in the first place. And again, I will come back to that particular stroppy cow just coming onto Llangollen in the locks, and I want to extrapolate a little bit on there. When you're going down through the flight of locks, the lock keepers will say, look, stay in the lock. If there's a boat coming up towards you, stay in the lock, and when they're up, they'll pull over into the pound and you just go straight through, because on the waterways you pass on the right. So as you're coming out of the lock, the pound's on the left. So the one coming up needs to come out of the lock, pull into the pound, while the one coming down just goes straight through. So she should have come out of the lock, pulled into the pound, let me go through, and then pull into the lock. She didn't want to do that. She seemed to think that because she was on a hire boat, I should get out of her way. So I should take the wrong line. And I think the lockies probably would have set her straight. But the screaming and bawling and abuse, and I didn't realise it was aimed at me until I was in the next lock and Charlotte said, oh, she weren't happy with you. Well, what the fucking hell's it got to do with me? And like I said at the time, she was very much that sort of person who expects to get her own way. But it don't work that way on the waterways. There are certain conventions. Passing on the right is one of them. Doing as you're fucking told by the lock keepers is another. Unless they're telling you to bash the gates open with the front of your boat, obviously. In which case, they're not really proper lock keepers. They're fuckwits with a volunteer badge on their arm. Right, anyway, so leaving Runcorn, we're probably about halfway now toward getting back onto the main Tretton Mersey, then up towards Lymm. I'm really not sure what to make of this poor little guy. Oops. Are you okay? You don't look okay. What the fuck? Are you okay? You alright, mate? I don't know, perhaps he is alright, perhaps he's just, yeah. Okay, well, that's me being a little bit overly sensitive about our wildlife. You alright? Yeah, I think he's fine. I think he's just, yeah, you're just chilling out, are you? Right, good. Alright, I'll get on then, shall I? Right, bye. About an hour and 20 minutes later, we're back at the junction, and this is now where we turn left. We've got right goes down to Preston Brook, where I called into Midland Chandlers yesterday to see if they had a spare navigation light. They had plenty of the starboard green ones, none of the port red ones. Oh dear. Perhaps never mind. Perhaps everybody else has been through that same lift bridge. Never mind. Never mind. Let's not get too bogged down with that. It's not essential. We can live without it. So it's just, what time is it? It's just coming up to noon. going to give some blasts on the horn and then zip around here to the left. What's the bet? There'll be boats coming both ways. I think 3 means I'm turning left. Find out in a minute if there's anything coming. Let's see how gently I can get round. Oh yeah. Well, of course there's a boat coming. Why wouldn't there be a boat coming? At least there's nothing coming up there, look. What perfect timing. Good show. That's what we need, isn't it, Marley? Perfect timing. And we're back on Shetland Mersey. They're going down the Runcorn arm. Good for them. Good fish and chip shop down there. Alright, onward. Onward? What? Onward. Ooh, well, we're not making bad progress. Bit worrying that we've got that boat in front, which is piloted by Captain Slow, who's obviously taken a break from Top Gear. Actually, he doesn't really look too much like James May, but it's now just before 1. So we haven't done too bad. I think we've probably got about 3 hours. The worry for me is a little bit that after the bright sunshine yesterday, where I managed to get my boobs out, I know, oh fuck me, there's another Diamond Resorts boat coming. These are a bit weird. I don't think they get a great deal of tuition. At least the last one didn't seem to have had. Anyway, yes, Sunday, what am I talking about? Yesterday. What day is it today? I think it's Friday today. So yeah, yesterday, beautiful sunshine, got me boobs out. Unfortunately, we was in that sort of like countryside type thing where any exposed part of body got very badly bitten, and I'll leave it to your imagination to to work out which bits of my body were exposed. In actual fact, no, I'll tell you, I'll give you a slight inkling. I had to keep my legs covered because my legs really look like a butcher's block at the moment, with the amount of bites that have swollen up, and then just, you don't want to know. I won't tell you, but I got a great big bite on my right shoulder. I've got 2 massive bites on me my left bicep. I've just, been insect food yesterday again. I don't know what it is. Like, I can go abroad and the mosquitoes stay well away from me, but in this country I think I've probably got an invisible neon sign, which is only visible to horse flies, saying come and take a big chunk out of this fat fucker, because I am bitten to fucking shreds. Anyway, you don't want to know that, do you? You want to know where we are. And I'm in that strange position of having to say, I don't know. I know. We're somewhere between there and there. We're headed towards Lymm, going to Lymm tonight. I know. What a disgrace. But there's no more logs for a while anyway. Not until I think we get to Wigan. And then there's 21. Desiderata. Go placidly amidst the noise and haste. Right, back in a bit then. Not your usual Dom flat, that, oops, excuse me boys and girls while I straighten the steering, that is kind of like the hull of a working boat but without the cabin on top, which is an interesting thing to find, just abandoned, because that could quite easily be made into a nice boat. What a strange thing to find just lying there, isn't it, Marley? Hey? Yes, it is. Well, that's not bad going. It's 2:30 and we're in Lymm. I thought it was going to be at least about 4:30 before we got here, but fortunately it has been a fairly clear run. Obviously slow down to pass other boats, and Captain Slow in front turned out to be not quite so slow when he got a chance to put his foot down with a firm hand on the Morse. You know, you do that to speed up. Anyway, next we find somewhere to moor. Then we're going to take this poor little hound here for a ball of chalk. Is that right, Marley? Should we go for a walk? Marley, I'm this way. Hello, darling. Yeah. So I think we'll get a mooring just around the next couple of bends, where the proper moorings are. Oh dear. Sadly, you know, we've seen quite a few little sunken treasures on this journey, one of which I'm fairly sure was there last time when we went down the Trent and Mersey 2 years ago. I'm reasonably sure that was there. I don't know if this one was here when we came up, but yeah. Oh, we're in Lymm. Oi, stop pulling. How lovely is this? Look, little weir. We need to go and find a park or some green space for Marley to But yeah, Lymm. We found a sunken garden. We're going to explore. Doesn't go far, does it? That's it, that is the extent of the walk from the sunken garden. I'm sure we'll find something more interesting, Marley. We will, I promise. We found a park. Very nice park. Large children's play area. There's a little bouldering thing over there. That's to practice your bouldering on. And there's a zip wire. Marley, a zip wire. Don't think it's rated for my weight. And that smell of freshly mown grass. Oh, oi, what are you doing? If you're going to have a poo, do it somewhere where it's easy to pick up, please. Oh dear. How nice is this? Very nice. Ha ha ha. Marley's found a ball. And look, a secret path. God, when I was a kid, that's the sort of place where we'd have had a den. But me and Marley can't go in there because it might be the sort of place where the kids have a den. And we don't want Marley to scare the bejesus out of them. Lovely park. I love this sort of touring around and just having a little wander with Marley. It fills up the empty space on a video. It doesn't fill up the empty space on the video. And just behind these trees here is the canal. As the canal comes in. Tucked away over in the corner, we have discovered another secret path, which I'm hoping will lead down to the canal. It'll probably piss off some fishermen or something. Yes, there we are. I can see some water. Ooh, it's a bit steep. The next bit of video might be me slipping on my fat ass or into those stingers. Ooh, heck. Hey. Oh, hey. I hear water. I hear Marley in the water. You little shit. Just what we want. Hello, puppy. There we are. Oh, is that good? Lovely. I can't get to there. Be careful I don't fall in. Marley, where's your ball? Quickly. Where's he gone? Oh, bleeding hell. Just for a moment, I thought I'd lost him. Then he's reappeared here. He's a magic dog. How did you get there? Come on then, bring your ball. Did you come up through there? Oh, I see. Ah, this is where you ejaculated yourself from the canal. Right. Oi, what you got? Isn't that nice? Oh, yes. So, came shooting past there earlier. Are we liking this park? Are we? We are liking this park. Oh, it's so not easy being you, is it, Marley? Look at this. How lovely. What? What do you want me to do with that? You little shit, eh? Ah! Come on quickly. Rah! What? Come on in. Rah, 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 rah. He's still got some poppy in him, hasn't he? You've still got some poppy in you, old boy, haven't you? Yes. There's a car park there next to the library, which is £1 for tonight till 10 p.m. I suppose they charge after 10 p.m. Well, we're going tomorrow, so we might get away with £1. It doesn't look like you have to pay for Sundays, which is good, isn't it, Marley? And down there is the canal. There's another car park opposite where we're moored. Might go and see if there's a charge for that. But hey, look, there's little Muss and Grumble down there, look. And it looks like, definitely yes, Captain Slow, who was moored over there, seems to have buggered off. But we're alright there. In fact, nice little mooring that. Perfect, even though it's Marley tied to the railings. You little shit. Thank you. Marley is attached to the arm that's holding the camera. Cheers, mate. There's a few boats, left a few free moorings, but I think I'm happy here. I think we scared everybody off. Plenty of space now. So we're here for the next couple of nights, and then onward until we leave, boys and girls. Hope you've enjoyed today's missive. Marley has found several pretty girls whom have decided to place a lot of love and attention upon him, and then he found, as you saw, the canal. For now, that's the end of a beautiful Friday in Lymm on the Trent and Mersey Canal. You take care now. Cheers.